I'm Kenny Beckman. You're watching the Lee Boyd Show here on MustangsTV.com. We're here at the Palace in Loretta, Tennessee, and this is where we're going to be talking to head football coach Lee Boyd. And Coach, let's just begin, man. Last night, a huge win, and it's all yours. Why don't you just tell us your feelings about last night?
Well, we had to come in and we had to fix some things last week. Nothing scheme-wise. We didn't really change anything that we had planned on doing at the beginning of the season. We just needed to execute it better. We come in and we fix some of the small, intricate details, fundamentals, and that's what I talked on last week. We got back to the basics, doing some fundamental stuff, blocking and tackling. And that's all we did. We did it great last night. We blocked really well, tackled pretty well, and stopped the team that's got the potential to win some ball games. They were already 1-0 when we got to them. They have some extremely good athletes. Their quarterback, number 400, he rushed for right at 100 yards. He's pretty special. Some of the things that he does in running the midline and the veer and the counter option, he does really well. So we know that we've got to work on some things inside right there, but we're getting better.
That's great. Like, as you said, the defense just came out. They came out firing from the start. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, just everybody ran strong last night. They ran hard. They did what they were supposed to do. And, I want to ask you, at what moment did you realize that, hey, this hard work's paying off and all the kids are doing what they're supposed to do?
Well, it's funny you say that. We kind of do some things in a traditional way. I'm not going to share them with you, but we do things in a specific way for every ball game. And obviously the first play from scrimmage, where Timothy took it back 61 yards.
Yeah, huge play right there.
We kind of made a statement, from a line standpoint that last week's over. We understand what happened.
In a rebuild mode.
That's right. We did something that sometimes is tough to do. We didn't dwell. We didn't sit in the past. We realized that there's nothing that we can do about what happened, that all we can do is get better. And we got to do what we're told to do, what we're coached to do, and what we've been taught to do, and what we're capable of doing. Let me say that. There's nobody on that offensive line that's not capable of doing what they did on the first play, every play. And that goes for any level, even down to the little guys all the way up to the professional level. If you do your job and you do your job every play, then you have success.
That's true.
That's it.
That's so true.
And that's kind of how I knew, and everybody else did, because the first moment we weren't looking to break it for a touchdown in the first play. Obviously, we wanted a good, solid, kind of in your face run, and obviously Timothy did a great job. Got upfield, had some blocking downfield, cut it back across, and went untouched. And that's obviously great. Zach did a great job doing the same thing. Running downhill, getting in the holes. He carried it. I think he had 18 carries for 96 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Had one called back on about a 60-yard run on a questionable block in the back. It was. We had a lineman getting downfield, and he got out in front of Zach, and he made a great block, I thought. But it was, I could see where the official might have thought that he caught him in the back, and Zach had that one called back. But we only had 3 penalties on the night for around 25 yards. That's a great thing.
And you've got to be proud at how strong the backs are running. I mean, the effort they show. I mean, they just don't give up. Well, they have that in their mind, what they want to do.
If you talk to them, this is what they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you that they're not really that good at it, that it's their line.
Yeah.
And they're very, very humble backs, and the fact that they understand that without a good offensive line, they're not going to be good backs. And they'll give the credit to those backs. Now, they get to score and they get to make those touchdowns, but they also understand that they don't get there on their own. They run hard, and if you'll ever watch on the, if you're in person or if you're watching it online, you'll see those linemen. They get over there to them guys and pick them up. They pick them up off the ground like they're little brothers, and that's something we try to teach them. They got to take care of them guys, and they got to that's how you fight. That's part of family. You got a little brother, and he's running the football. He's smaller than you. Them guys are trying to pick on him, and you're bigger. God blessed you with a bigger body, and So and they really did a great job last night. You know, offensively, we threw it. I think Matt was 4 for 5 for, let's see, 60 or 70 yards. He had a 31-yard third down play to Devin Harris, which was beautiful. We looked off and come back, and he hit him in stride. Hit Miles on a couple of plays. The only incomplete pass he had was it was a high ball deflection. You know, so Matt did a really good job. There was couple busted plays, and he didn't hesitate. He rolled up and made something out of it. You know, we got to see a lot of people on the field. Some people did some things. Dalton Neese did a great job on the kickoff return.
Huge run right there.
Dalton hit the corner and didn't let up. And you know, it's a funny story. He came off the sideline. He said, "I told you I'd break one around the end." And he's, you know, and of course we kind of got a little thing going right there because, you know, I always give him a hard time about him being little, but he always tells me just because he's little don't mean he ain't fast, and he proves that. He's tough. You know, him and Cody Fisher do a great job at our backups right there for our backs, and you know, we're trying to, you know, get them to the future right there because they are the future of what we're going to be doing in the years to come. But you know, he did a really good job right there. You know, overall offensively, I was pretty pleased. I was pretty pleased. So
now, while we're talking about Matt Rosson, from last week, I mean the improvement. I mean that's another thing. Great accomplishment by Matt. I mean it looks like he really led the team like he was like a real quarterback should yesterday.
Sure. Well, I think what happened with the week before is obviously you know, that's even at the collegiate level you could be a starter for 4 years. Some high school players come into college and they just take to it and they never have a bad game. But others, their first couple ball games, you know, they don't do as well. They're having trouble making reads. The game's a little faster than what they're used to. And it was Matt's first game at quarterback. And
that's to be expected.
You know, and you know, he did a really good job. He did everything we asked him to do. In fact, you know, the more that we watched, he actually did everything we asked him to do. Almost to a T. You know, obviously he had the 2 interceptions, but we told him where to throw the football. You know, the problem was that we just didn't have enough time to set our feet and throw what we were supposed to, and that was my fault. And anything that my quarterback comes up shortcomings on making decisions, you know, those are mine. I didn't have him coached up right. But last night, you know, obviously there was one particular play where we dropped back to throw a pass. It was a quick slant, and the linebacker dropped into his slant plane, and most of the time, you know, that's a pick. You know, the linebacker's not supposed to drop into the slant alley, and he did. And Matt looked, saw it, tucked the ball, and run it for about 19-yard gain. And
he was playing smart.
I mean, that's something it's you can talk it all day long, you can teach it all day long, but very rarely at the high school level does that happen. So we thought that was really special. He obviously looked off some things last night. He looked more confident under center.
Oh, yeah.
He directed things. If you'll ever see him, he's always kind of got his eyes mindful of what's going on. He knows what everybody's supposed to do. So, you know, he did a really great job for us. He really did, and I think he's going to just continue to get better.
Yeah, I mean that's what you have to do. He's definitely showing those leadership skills that come with the quarterback.
Sure he is.
And another thing that I'm sure we're talking a lot of positive things happened last night, and that's what we want to focus on today. But I'm sure there are some things you got to correct from last night's win, but. No turnovers, no interceptions. You want to talk about that?
Well, as a coaching staff, we were just kind of hoping and praying after the first ball game that we had used all our turnovers up, you know, for a while. We don't know if we did, obviously, but we hope that we can limit them down. We know that the turnovers are going to happen. Great teams that win the state, you know, teams that win championships, they still fumble. It's how you come back from them. It's how you respond to them. We didn't put it on the ground last night, which was great. We had one pass that you know, that we threw incomplete, but it still wasn't. It wasn't something that was you know, a borderline pass or anything. It wasn't close to being picked. You know, ball security is what we preach. We went back to those fundamentals of taking that hand off and, you know, putting the points of pressure on it and running it with an outside hand and you know, catching the ball with our hands and tucking it, you know, and even with Matt making the decisions that, hey, it's okay to live and fight another day. Don't throw it up for somebody to grab, because at this level it just doesn't work that way. So,
and
really good.
Yeah, and you spoke on it earlier, but the younger guys, obviously they're learning from the guys that have been there longer. So the younger guys, they pretty much kind of made a name for themselves last night. Leo Green was, I mean, he stepped up, and Jesse Estes, just those guys, they've really, really stepping up to where they.
Well, if you look at our roster, we're primarily made up of juniors and sophomores right now. We have a very, very large junior class. I don't know how many it is. I think it's between 15 and 20. I don't know. Sophomore class is about the same. 12 seniors, about the same freshmen. So, we're primarily sophomores and juniors. We've got, at any given time, probably 5 to 6, maybe 7 sophomores on the field at one time. Miles Bird, of course, Mason Purser's out right now for at least another week. We know of, just for doing some therapy and whatnot. I don't know. We don't know about this week. We knew he was going to be out this week. We don't know about the following week. But Miles Burke's a sophomore, and then Leo Green is he's a junior actually, but he just now come out. And then we've got some interior linemen that are sophomores, and Jesse Estes obviously is a sophomore. Mason Self scored one time last night.
He sure did,
But our younger guys and guys that aren't quite to that level that we're wanting them to play at yet, this is how they get better. We have a B team schedule that we run 6 or 7 games, and we play a lot of juniors and sophomores that aren't quite there yet. Not that they're not great athletes. We know they are. We're trying to hone their skills. And
it's all about getting that experience.
That's it. And kids develop at different levels and at different speeds. And so we really, really like to get those young guys in when we get an opportunity.
For sure.
Obviously, Dalton and Cody, they see a lot of playing time. They see probably, I would say, out of 48 minutes, they're going to see somewhere close to 15 to 20 minutes of playing time. And they've got some specialty roles, which is where we want them now. With us having 2 senior backs right now, that's kind of where we're at. We like to get them doing the things that Zach and Timothy are doing right now, so we can just carry on, and we don't have to change much in the future if we, as long as we can continue what we're doing.
That kind of alternates things out.
Yeah, well, and Timothy and Zach, we try to, we just kind of spread it around to them as much as we can, and we kind of like to do the same thing with Dalton and Cody. We kind of have that combination going for a while, and we like that. Those young guys, Ryan Ward did a great job coming in running the midline last night.
He sure did.
He come in there at the end, and he's been there, so he knows where he's at. He's always there. He's kind of my safety net right this second. Played real well at Dog. He's going to see some playing time at Dog this year. Ryan's a special kid too, and we're just blessed to have 2 really special quarterbacks and 4 really special backs. Really 6 counting Corey and Connor. Some gifted receivers and Devin Harris and Miles and Luke Sandrell.
I mean, we have a great team. Great players. Great players.
Well, we just got good kids. We have good kids. With wins and losses and things of that nature, those will come. Time will tell. I couldn't tell you today. I'm not looking in the future past Columbia Academy next week at all. We've been breaking down film today, obviously, and breaking our film down, making sure that we can, if we have problems, we need to fix them. We've got good kids. They're making good decisions right now. They're doing the things that they're supposed to do, and that's all we'll ask for, because the wins and losses will take care of themselves.
Exactly. So you're sitting at a high point right now. Current record 1-1.
Yeah.
How are y'all going to prepare this week for the first home game of the season? Friday.
We'll probably prepare just about like we did last week. We'll come in and we'll go back to our fundamentals. We'll block, we'll tackle, we'll catch, we'll run it, we'll kick, and we'll play ball on Friday night. Obviously looking to have a really big crowd up here.
Of course.
I don't know what the record is. I know that our record against Columbia Academy has not been the best in the past couple of years. I don't remember, what the exact record is, but they've kind of put it on us to say for the past couple of years, and it'd be nice to win the first region ball game, obviously. Yeah. They're quick, we know that. They've got some really good secondary. They're a little young in places, but they're still a good football team. Good coach football team. Coach Meiser does a really good job with them. Coach Meiser does a really good job with those kids. They're very well coached. They do the things that they can do really well. That's what they do. And we've got to play football. We can't wait and just do things later in the game. We got to start at the first quarter and then at the fourth quarter. We got to play hard the whole time. And if we do that, we'll take care of business. I don't know what we're going to scheme and things of that nature. What we're going to do to change. You're not going to get a whole lot of different stuff. We do what we do.
Yep.
And we believe in doing you can know what we're going to do, and we still should be able to do it. We still should be able to do it. So that's kind of how we are as far as planning goes for this week.
But like you said, the home crowd, maybe they can feed off that atmosphere, feed off that energy, and make for a great game for the whole fans and everybody.
Well, yeah, we really. I mean, I would say our defense plays really, really big off our crowd.
Yeah.
When we have a big crowd, our defense they kind of step up. They got a little bit more, I guess you'd call it, swag about them. They got a little chip on their shoulder, and they like to hear our crowd get fired up when we start.
And that fires them up.
Well, it does. And playing two really games that are kind of a long travel game for us. We haven't had the humongous crowds, which is understandable because we traveled 150 miles both times, and that's a pretty good haul when we just count there and back. But our defense, like I said, has been playing really well. They held an East Hickman team out to last week to just 26 points on the short field and 4 turnovers. This week they held the starting defense held Summit to 14 points. Obviously had a late touchdown there at the end. It was just kind of a pass that we didn't really know why time had not already expired. And they stopped the clock with a half a second left, but they did a pretty good job right there. Defense, Coach Ritter does a great job with them. He's got them coached up. They're fired up. They're scrappy. They'll hit you.
Yeah.
And between him and Coach Putman and all my coaches, they coach so hard and they do things that they take their time. They roll their day breaking down film. My coaches do a great job. I'm really blessed to have a coaching staff like I do, anywhere from Coach Littleton and Coach Smith at the line, Coach Cotton and Coach Dunn. Coach Dunn coaches my youngest. Coach Cotton coaches the running backs. Coach Hartsfield does a great job with my secondary. Brother Kenneth and Brother Eric with chaplain stuff. Of course, my junior high guys, Coach Swan, Coach Lamb.
It all works together.
It all works together.
Thing.
We've got a family. I know when we get there, sometimes somebody says, y'all got a bunch of coaches. No, we've got coaches that coach from the high school level all the way down to the 6th grade junior high level, because that's our future, that's our roots. So we try to make this one big. That's our vision, is to have a program that runs from the 7th grade level to the 12th grade level. And we try to do the same thing. And if you can get that going in the right direction and we can all get it together and get all the coaches on the same page, we start seeing success. So I've got great coaches, like I said, at the high school level and at the junior high level. And they do a really, really good job. If I've left one of them out, I apologize. I don't think that I have. They don't. A lot of them don't get paid what they deserve. Some of them don't get paid at all. And I appreciate them with more than they probably I could ever express to them. They're a really good group of men. I probably learn more from them than they do from me, but my kids sure do. They're lucky to have them guys around too.
Definitely.
So.
Well, Coach, you said some great things today. I mean, anything else you would like to say in conclusion before we head out?
We need your support in the stands. We love to see the whole stadium full. We've had some things changed in the stadium. We've moved the scoreboard. We're in the process of doing some things with the flagpole. We actually moved the LM Forsyth field sign down on the gym. We've got we've got a brand new fence. There's some things that our board members down here have been really good to come in and see some needs that we had that we needed, and they've come in and they've said, hey, look, it's time to fix some of this stuff, and they've been really good. The entire board has, administration. They've been, they're there. I've got community people that are coming around. They're taking care of some things. Everything's changing around there as far as even the appearance, and there's some things that are different, and I'm not going to elaborate on them. You'll just have to come see them on Friday night. But
yes, everybody make sure you come out.
I think it'd be great to fill that stadium up, let them boys know how much you appreciate them and how hard, because they've been fighting so hard in the off season. And this is the first region ball game, and then we know we only look one game at a time, but we know what's coming.
Yeah.
After this week, everybody know who we play. And we're just a little precursor to that. We know somebody from up the road is going to have to travel down here, and that game's going to be big also. But right now we're not worried about that.
Yeah. I'm not one game at a time.
We're not looking any further than Monday. And Monday we're going to come in and start working, and then hopefully next Saturday we're having a good conversation here again about the same thing. So
yeah, just the fans can come out and it'll give them a chance to check out all the hard work that they've been doing and the dedication, and it'll give them a great.
It'd be great.
But Coach, we really appreciate your time today, and thanks for coming in. And to the viewers, thanks for watching. Be sure to come out next Friday and check out Columbia Academy at LM4 South Memorial Field. And we're here at the Palace. Thank you for watching the Lee Boyd Show.